Okay, that should start it up. And let's fix this. Alright. And we should, as far as I know, be good to go. But as far as I know is never good enough. But we are set up at least. I am super depressed. Alright, let me add this. Click that. Technically, it would be more tapping than clicking, but... Yep. Hello, Fady King. Welcome back. Alright. Now that I got everything set up... Well, there's a lot less lag on the standard stream. This is definitely a lot of stuff. Take those emeralds. Let's see if I can find any chests with some emeralds in them. Yes, I just started the live stream. You're the first person here. Well, actually, you're the only person here. There you are. Emeralds. Bundle. I think bundles are pretty much useless in this thing, given the backpacks. I mean, then again, I guess you could put a bundle in a backpack, but... Yeah, there are 5 people as I am messaging this. Because I'm viewing my own stream, it is technically 4 people, but that's because I need to do that to watch the chat, because I don't have any fancy overlay set up yet that lets me look at it while I'm playing. If I had one of those, this would be a lot more convenient, to be honest, but... as it is right now, this is the best I can do. Oh, there's some chroma. I'm gonna try to drop down on there. Reaper. I lost my cleaver last night to a bug. Seems like I'm the only one online. So I'm having a bit of an issue because I'm trying to rework things. Because one of the people who was managing the server, they were given operator permissions without my express approval, and they immediately went and decided it would be a fun idea to give people creative items they should not have. So I've been having to go back and forth trying to figure out everything going on and getting these creative items fixed up, but now people are throwing a huge fit over me trying to get rid of the items, claiming it's unfair and their stuff won't work if they don't have the items, even though they weren't supposed to have the items in the first place. If their stuff doesn't work because they don't have the items anymore, then that's on them for trying to revolve everything around items that are illegal on the server. But now it's becoming such a huge problem that I'm having to create some kind of workaround so these creative items can be made in survival. And I was being called a bad person yesterday just because I was trying to fix everything. It's like it's not fair to other players just because some one person has more favor from a specific admin, that admin will go and give that player items, essentially making that player a god. Meanwhile, all these other players can't do anything, so they're essentially just stuck there, only being able to get so far. Meanwhile, this one player is able to just do whatever he wants, and at that point he could just spam kill everyone, and there's nothing they could do. Hello, Aiden Enemy. Okay, so put it like this. Botania has a mana tablet item that powers specific objects. It's powerful and allows for specific boosts and stats for a short time to kind of give you an upper hand. However, there's a creative version of that tablet that has infinite power, and it essentially lets you use it full time without any limitations, essentially turning the person who uses it into a god. Oh no. Well, that sucks. Now, the whole problem with this is, obviously they're a god, so there's nothing that can be done to fight against them. So they can pretty much do whatever they want without any restrictions. And this, of course, is a massive problem. It's like right now, just trying to figure out everything. Aside from that, I also found out why the server's been lagging so much. Apparently, this person who had the admin permissions was giving out these things called infinite upgrades for the backpack. And when used, those upgrades would make any item within the backpack infinite. And of course, this was a massive problem. Hello, James T2F6C. Yes, you can, because I have, or because I talk to everybody here. I'm not exactly sure what a shout out from me would do for you, though, because I'm not exactly a massive content creator. There's only like 4 people aside from me here, so honestly, it feels a little pointless. But yeah, shout out to James T2F6C, I guess. I need to hurry up and make that new weapon. I'm not gonna cheat in a new one, that would be stupid. I may own the server, but I have rules set in place. Well, thank you for at least saying that. Honestly, things have been really difficult right now. Mostly trying to make money, do all that stuff. But it's like I feel like all the viewers are being taken by brain rot stuff. Like you got the Noob Equals Band chats, you got the Steal a Brain Rot, you got Sprunky, the random images that are just puzzles or riddles. Then you got the... ones where it's just like some guy doing something like clicking a mouse and making a number go up on his computer, and then he's like, as soon as he gets closer, he's like, guys, who's going to donate and reset my time? Stuff like that. Like, it's just stupid. But thank you for subscribing. Okay, so now I got black, white, green, and orange chroma. I mean, not chroma, corundum. So, with those... Ooh. I haven't seen magnetite in the wild before. Anyways. Yep, shout out to Fady King 7-2. I mean, it's pretty much like shouting out you every time I talk to you. It's like Fady, you're pretty much the only person here. Absolutely everybody sees you. Yeah, I need to get up higher. Let me just... I have basalt. There. Still no prismatic chroma, though. Been going at that stuff for a while now. Hello, Vanilla24. Welcome back. I think I remember seeing somewhere that minecarts with furnace can push other minecarts. But I don't exactly know how useful that would be for me right now. Ooh. 2 for 1. That is a lot of chroma. This fortune enchantment is very useful. The only problem is I'm not getting the color I need. So in case you don't know, this chroma, it will give you the color it is when you break it. However, there is a very small chance that it also gives you prismatic chroma instead. Which is kind of like a... yes, we have beat the dragon. I was having to do some repairs on it earlier, or a few days ago, because something happened and it glitched the dragon in its respawn state. So it wasn't appearing, it was just stuck respawning. With the beams from the end crystals going all the way up into the air. But we got all of that fixed, so everything should function properly now. Right now, I'm trying to learn this Zen script stuff so I can properly do Craft Tweaker. I found it really frustrating that they went from the table to now this coding language. And, like, while one was extremely simple, it's now just really frustrating trying to figure out how to use this programming language. to make everything work. But I'm learning. Plus, I'm also working on the Gempire mod stuff now. What I'm planning on doing is adding a bunch of add-ons and stuff to this server that operate on Gempire's code base. And if I can potentially do this, then I might be able to help Taff, the creator of Gempire, with his stuff, like with the actual Gempire mod, maybe. I see you spamming all the emojis over there. But this is... If I can figure out how to get out of here. This mod pack I made myself. I call it... Or it's called Steven Universe Crystalline Fractals. It's based on the animated show Steven Universe. Wait a second, I need to check if there's more diamonds behind the diamonds. Always check your diamonds, people. That was a whole nother diamond that wouldn't have been seen. Anyways. The whole thing with the mod pack, though, is there's not really much Steven Universe content, so we're having to create it ourselves. We do have concepts and other stuff that we're currently working on, and I do need to implement some stuff. Right now, while we're trying to work on the actual gem spawning and all that stuff, we do have some stuff we're going to implement first into Craftweaker. I mean, not Craftweaker, custom NPCs, so that we can at least use the NPC characters. Speaking of which, I can show off some of the stuff that we were going to add. Anyways. When I get around to it, I found out that this version, or like the Gempire mod, there used to be an older version of the Steven Universe mod. This one was based off of, known as Kajic. And it had a structure that would spawn in these areas, known as kindergartens. It was a structure called a control room. And what this control room did is, it had like a special items and stuff in there, and one thing I'm planning to do is re-add that structure to this edition, and once I do that, I also want to add like a boss fight down there. Honestly, I have no idea why I need diamonds, but I'm just collecting them to collect them. I guess for convenience, in case I need them in the future. But right now, my biggest problem is chroma. No, unfortunately, mobile devices do not work. Ask Fady King, he tried it. Basically, it's something with crack protection on the server. Essentially, the Minecraft Java editions that work on mobile are cracked versions, and due to this, they will not function properly on an official Minecraft server. And again, maybe I could fix something in the settings. I might be able to try to see if I could change the settings. Let me look into it real quick. Okay, so let me go to my server stuff in my Bisect console right here. Alright, here we are. And let me look at the properties. Hello, Quaid. Sorry, I wasn't looking. I'm trying to figure out something. Are you still there? Alright, just making sure. By the way, I've managed to fix the delay on that one. So there's a lot less delay now on the standard stream. Okay, so let's see. Control F. Okay, so the whole problem is essentially what's going on is it's proxy connections. Because the Java edition on mobile is yeah, but yeah, because the proxy connection on because Minecraft Java Edition on mobile is not official, it doesn't use an official Minecraft authentication server. Or authentication server, not authentication. Anyways, so it's not official. So it doesn't go through Minecraft's authentication servers, which means that it is essentially not legitimate. However, the reason that the servers have these or proxy connections is one, to bypass bans, and two, to prevent attackers from doing potentially not good stuff. How, but so basically, a person could get on the server with one of these proxies and DDoS it, which will essentially shut down the server. Uh, no, I have not seen chat on the stream, by the way, Quaid. So essentially, it's like trying to protect the server from, yeah, bad actors. Let me get back to the game now. Yeah, that sucks, but yeah. Alright, now that I'm not focused on working on that, I can respond to your messages better now. Uh, add me on what, specifically? Because this is Minecraft Java, you can't add friends on this version. Yep. I'm gonna slash RTP. Yeah, if you notice, I was trying to work some stuff there. I was in creative last night, trying to work on this thing. Might as well show it off while I'm here. Let me just... Okay, so I'm right there. So, I had a feeling it would be a good idea to make a structure that could potentially hold people being annoying or nuisances. Hello? I don't. Just be extra careful when trying to beat hardcore mode, Fady. But no, you're not dumb, Luna. You're fine. Oh wait, not Luna. Sorry, Vanilla. You're not dumb. Luna. It's like with how I'm playing the mod pack, it's like, I mean, you can download the mod pack. But no, anyways, this is what I was working on. This is how it looks so far. It's just like a little gel in the spawn town area. This area is going to change a lot eventually, but right now, in case... I wonder... I can't chill myself because I'm an operator, but essentially what happens is I use the /gel command, and they get teleported in there, and they can't do anything. These are barrier blocks, and that's bedrock. So they are essentially stuck in the gel until I decide to let them out. I also have other commands that I can use, like Inventory C, which lets me see people's inventories and check if they have items they should not be having, like infinite items in their backpack, like these stupid Ultra Boost rockets that I'm having to deal with, because those things are crashing the server, because they have 99 duration, and it causes them to propel into non-existence. Personally, if you're going after the Ender Dragon... Yeah, maybe quite, but... If you're going after the Ender Dragon in hardcore, what I'd recommend is getting full netherite first, then getting... Look at the speedrun strats. Or get full blast protection on your armor, and... Okay, that's a dungeon. But then, once you get full blast protection, what you need to do is get a bunch of beds, and get like right under where the blast won't do much to you, and just start spam placing them whenever the dragon comes down. But yeah, Quaid, pretty much. So the whole problem is, with how fast these rockets go, they are essentially capable of sending a player directly into the void with how ridiculously fast they are. And due to that, it causes a lot of lag on the server, which times it out. I mean, yeah, you could do diamond armor, like Fady, but if you want to be extra careful, it would be best to spare no expenses. Yep. So what I mean by into the void right there is they move so fast that they go into unloaded chunks, and the chunk, given how far out they get, the chunks have no time at all to load, which essentially causes the game to freeze. So it's kind of like at the moment trying to prevent stuff like that from happening. But then they throw a fit because I took the items away from them. Even though they were not supposed to have them in the first place. I mean, you can see the whole argument from last night's stream up there, but because I record absolutely everything. But I forgot to say, I am having a bit of issue with that stream though, because this person, I'm going to have to remove the computer craft mod, because one thing it allows you to do, it essentially lets you create an operating system, like full-on genuine computers using GitHub and other items to... You essentially just have a pocket computer. That's pretty much it. And you can use GitHub links to essentially install a music thing. Like some kind of music app, and that unfortunately means that people can play copyrighted music while I'm streaming. Which is just what happened. That person who had the creative items he shouldn't have decided it would be a fun idea to walk up on me playing Green Day, and I got a copyright strike. I mean, not copyright strike, copyright claim. So, yeah. Not fun. This is why we can't have nice things, because people try to find ways to ruin it. And great, I'm being hunted. I need to consider crafting a gem seed thing, whatever it's called, the thing that lets you make. I'm gonna remove these from this chest. Place them in there. Just have all my chroma in one bag. Make it more convenient. Okay, so that's where my Prudentium excavator went. Yeah, that's what I had to do to fix the monetization and everything. I had to mute it. But the whole problem is, while I'm live streaming, it's not something I can do at the moment. So it's like just, I get immediately bombarded by it, and I don't have the time to react. And then, even like just a tiny snippet of the song will get me a copyright claim. In hardcore mode, the easiest way to get diamonds would be strip mining. Because diamonds that spawn exposed to air have a tendency to spawn in lesser veins. So maybe like 1 to 2 diamonds. Meanwhile, diamond ore that is exposed on all sides can spawn more. Now, a neat trick Eh. I should be able to interact with this. I am on a team with them. This doesn't make sense. At least I think that's the right person. There. Can't tell me what to do. I'm the admin. I'm going to get the chroma. Yeah, I mean, you could use apps. All they really do is they check your seed and then check where diamonds are located on the seed using the generation. I mean, they're pretty handy. It does require a bit of knowledge. It's like once you get the app set up. Yeah. I did once have, like in an older version of this mod, I added a Herobrine mod. It was like an unfinished version of the mod, so I was just joking around with it a bit, and... Sure wonder where that will end up. I'm gonna break the wall. Spooky. What? Alright, that was illegal. Where was that base? I've been there before. Was it this base? If I check the cave layers... Yep, let me just... Jeez. Where did I fall in at, then? You know what? They're one of the admins. I'm just gonna let them have this. I don't know why anyone would want this, though, but, like... You do you, I guess, but... He's not a hacker, he's one of the admins. See, if I use the deop command, I can see all the admins right now. And if you see this one right here, will _O, that is them. So I assume what they did is they went in creative and just destroyed all the bedrock down there. Honestly, though, I'm just gonna let them have it. Whoops, wrong one. It's not exactly hurting anything, I guess. Yeah. Hello, Nuggy. Welcome to the stream. Are you planning on hopping on? Okay, I am still needing chroma. And no, Nuggy, I don't want your chroma. I want to get it myself. In fact, how do I make that? Do I need chroma for it? Share contract. Chroma catalyst. This is what I needed. And I'm gonna have to research the description. Like, I'm gonna have to research the guide. Yeah, I know. Looking at it. It's kind of like I know I can do that, but I also want to at least farm it the natural way, like just get that one prismatic chroma. But it's always so annoying trying to get them, because it would be cool if there was an option for, like, luck or something. Alright. Bye, Fady. Good luck. Anyways, as I was saying, it would be good if there was an option for luck or something so that you'd be able to potentially get prismatic chroma easier from the items. But I'm not sure how that would be implemented. Right now, I'm looking at the layout for, or like the program, script! Oh, Trivia Taylor, I did not notice. Thank you for sending the emoji. Sorry for not noticing sooner. Let me dump that in there. I don't need that. Shouldn't have even had that in the first place. What was I saying? So yeah, I was looking at the script, and of course, one of the things that's in the server that... Hold on, how does my voice sound on this? Just making sure it sounds correct. Alright, sounds good enough, but... What I was saying, though, is I was looking at the script, and... the... One thing I was looking at that might need to be implemented is temperature. For example, if you look over here at the gem... If you look over here at the gem injection guide... Let's say I want to make a Peridot. Preferred biome temperature is this. But that doesn't mean anything right now because temperature is not really a... Whoops, I just pressed the wrong button. Temperature is not really an aspect yet. So what I'm thinking is if I was to potentially use something to like work on it, trying to fix it, and I think my brain broke. I just got a massive headache. Anyways, if I was to potentially use something to try to fix the mod and add temperature, it could add more to the mod. Alright, welcome back, Quaid, I guess. I didn't realize you left. Anyways, what am I doing? Is there a way out of this? Okay, I'm just just gonna RTP again. Well, this is something. I do need to go over there to that area and make sure B broke the crafting recipe he thought up for the creative item. Otherwise, that might be a problem. Hello, B. Oh, wait. There. Okay. What am I doing? Oh boy, this could either go one of two ways. Hopefully the question isn't too odd. Hold on. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on, Quaid. Okay. No, it was... They're just asking because, essentially, they're confused about all that was going on with that portal and everything. So, Will is an operator, and... I really appreciate it if they did not set them, or do that, because that would be a problem. Alright. Need to find another cave. Hey, you see... Alright, by Quaid. Now you see, the whole problem with having sand in your pockets is... Sure, you can get most of it out, but you're never going to get those little grains out. And for every item you reach in there and grab, you're going to feel those tiny little grains rubbing up against your fingers. It'll take a long time to get anything out. I mean, to get all the sand out. If at all. I see more floating trees. What the? What is that? What is that? Let me... No. Yeah, this might end poorly. I would appreciate it if people could cut down trees and actually remove them instead of just leaving them floating like this. I'm going to have to come out here later, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the train to go all across the train tracks, and anytime I see a train or a tree floating above the track, I'm going to have to break it. Like, how can you seriously have the effort to make this entire expensive train system, but you don't have the effort to make... I mean, to break the trees that go through it? Seems a little counterintuitive. Regardless, we have work to do. Now, this does look like it would end up in a nice cave. However, this is the kindergarten, and these areas are drained of soil. I mean, drained of nutrients. So there is no possible way item I need would spawn in them. Due to the fact that kindergartens are essentially drained of their nutrients, the soil, the stone, and everything, there is no life to it. So nothing will grow there, which means no chroma crystals. Which means attempting to look for absolutely anything in a kindergarten would be a complete lost cause. In fact, trying to look for chroma crystals even near a round one might be a bit of a problem. But, in fact, I don't know if they even spawn in lush caves, because I've been looking through quite a few and I never... I'm just gonna leave this guy's there. I already have too many items. I don't need more. I know they're adorable, but... Oh, these things actually do no damage at all. I don't need these slippers, so I'm just gonna stick them in this chest. Wait, no. I'll stick them in the furnace right here, because... somebody can come by and notice that, but if they were in the loot chest, then they would be saved as my loot. And nobody would be able to take them. So by putting them in the furnace, whoever comes by first gets the loot. You know, these skeletons are rather impatient. Oh, there's GG Nuggy. GG Nuggy. It's like, I'm trying to say it, but my nose is very clogged up, so... it's like actively causing me problems trying to say their name. Anyways, I see magma on the roof, so maybe. No. Well, that solves that problem. You two enjoy yourselves. I already went that way. I can look at my map and see that. So I'm going to go down this way. Huh. Oh, there goes GG Nuggy. You know what? Because it's causing me so much problem trying to say the name, because of my thing, I'm just gonna call it Nuggy. Nuggy. Ugh. Oh, my nose is... my nose is so clogged I cannot pronounce G's. Ugh. I can't breathe. Give me one moment, please. Alright, everyone, I got some medicine. I'm gonna have to wait for that medicine to kick in. Speaking of that, though, I have been having a lot of issues, especially getting up this morning, and I'm hoping it's not because I'm getting a cold. But if I am, I definitely know how I would have gotten it. Let me check for more diamonds. Check your diamonds, people! That was 2 diamond ore blocks that I would not have seen if I had not decided to double check. Well, okay. That hurt. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and pop these up here. Have those auto smelting. And I do not need that. Okay, I was going to do something. Oh yeah, I need to get the chroma. I got distracted. Ender slime. Let me take these out. Oh. Oh yeah. I nearly forgot. Let me drop those in there. Do I happen to have any? Yes, I do. Good. Alright, there we go. We have lava. Oh yeah, I forgot I put that there. Now I think we need to do one more go around with the materials. Okay, so obsidian, make those panes. Honestly, it barely goes through any emerald. That's neat. Uh, huh. When you get a large supply of an item and you can seemingly get it easily, you start taking things for granted. Oh, I already have it on there. But once you lose access to the source of that item, then things start changing. Uh... There's an ability software to upgrade. Harmonious. Rebalanced. Recapitated, resurrected. Writable. Okay, so to make the writable one, that should be very simple. One moment, please. Anyways, while I'm at it, I think I already used the golden apple on the hammer. Okay, let me go kill a squid. Why is Gigi Nucky joining and leaving? Let me check the console, see if it's because it's up with the server. Console timed out. Hold on. I might be able to TP GG Nucky to me. That might fix their disconnection issue. Are you okay? Are you gonna time out again? Alright, doesn't look like they're going to time out again. There's a squid. Huh?
What are you doing?
Inked. Got one. Okay, back to the base. Guess whichever one gets me first. Oh! That was a sneeze. I can breathe. I can finally breathe again. GG Nuggy. Okay, I can say the name properly now. Yeah, they timed out again. Make sure they don't have any potentially bad items. That could be hazardous. I'm gonna have to look for one of those. Anyways, oh yeah. Something to get prismatic ingots. Wait. I'm over here going on side quests. They timed out again. Harmonious. Need to get a music disc. Reinforced 5 obtained. Now I need a netherite ingot. This is something. Camel. Who made this? Okay, yeah, they removed the items. Okay, that's good, at least, that they removed those. This is near someone's base. Why is it that when I RTP, it's always the same spots that I've already been to? Magenta Chroma. Let me check back up here real quick. I'm experiencing a little lag. That's strange. Guess it was nothing, though. I essentially want to make absolutely sure I managed to get every bit of chroma that was up here. But of course, in doing that, that means I'm going to end up in other places that I did not intend to go to find more. See, for example, right here, I don't want to go down that way. I think chroma has a higher chance of spawning in higher regions. So if I just stay up in this region, then I should be relatively okay in my hunt. It'll probably become more sparse the lower I go. Chroma, not the kind I need. I see chroma. Wrong. Chroma is never correct. Never the right one. I don't know who built these minecart tracks, but they were on something. Hello, Shads. Quaid has been wondering where you went. It has been a while. I'll have to let Quaid know that you appeared. But welcome back to the stream. I'm guessing that this is Earth Slime. No, that's Sky Slime. Then again, I don't need either. By the way, Shads, if you check my YouTube channel, you should see a standard version of the stream. And I managed to fix the delay specifically for that one. So, I'll respond a lot faster on that one. My helmet. Put that in the furnace so that anybody can come up and grab it. Now, where was I? Yeah, trying to find Chroma. And that's a skull catalyst. That is concerning. And again, I wonder if it would be easier to find Chroma in the deep dark since it's a wide open area. Anyways, let me throw out these bows. Those are unneeded. And I'll toss in the Chroma. I feel like going after this prismatic Chroma is going to end up being ultimately pointless, because I'm just going to end up with an abomination, but... as I always say, it's better to try and fail than to not try at all. Oh no. Ow. This hurts. It burns. Water. Oh. Should have ate this bread, to be honest. Anyways. I am getting sidetracked. And there I go again. Nope! Almost made it to the water. Okay, 10 RTP again. Where am I? Wow, that really wasn't much of an RTP at all. I've been here before. Yep. If I remember correctly, this is the one where I trapped the villager in the ground over there. Yes, I did. And that means... Here they are. They're still down here. Let me go ahead and break them out. I'll let them go. Here you guys go. You can get out now. I don't really have any arrows on me, but maybe I can use this bow. I can try to get some arrows, I guess, but... I'm not certain the plan's going to work as well as I hope it will. Alright. Well, that was the most redundant mineshaft exploration I have seen. But I've obtained some chroma. Unfortunately, it's not the right color. I'm going to ignore everything else unless it's like a weird chest. But other than that, you need chroma. Somebody has been here. And that somebody may or may not have been me. No, it definitely was not me. Or maybe it was, I'm not certain. Well, that music that's I got there was the same one I needed to get back, because it was the same one I used to craft the harmonious upgrade. I am slow now. You know, they always say slow and steady wins the race, but when has that ever actually applied? Doesn't look like they're connecting in any of the time this past. Console shows nothing there. Let me check the Discord, make sure nothing weird is happening. Anyways, I have no idea what's going on, and to be quite honest, it's better to just wait and see than try to figure it out, because there is no evidence of any potential going-ons that could point to an explanation. And as far as it concerns me, I have more important things to attend to. Why is B's base over there on? That was never supposed to be on. How long has it been on? Cave. That's some murky water. Oh. cave. I'm gonna take a risk. Okay, so you cannot do that. Can I cook the brown trout though? No, I cannot. But now I have enough hunger to swim. So... that was worthless. Banana slug. Maybe I'll find something here. Pig. Pork chops are mine now. I should really focus on getting a reliable food source. Hello, Fady King. Welcome back. Still trying to find prismatic chroma. In this entire time, I have not been able to find any. Honestly, I'm about to just make my own cave. This isn't even a cave, this is just the ocean. Where's the caves? No, I don't need any help. this isn't really even something that can be helped with anyways. Oh, here's a cave. Let's hope there is actually chroma down here for once. If I can get out of this. Thank you. When your movement relies on jumps and leaping, it's kind of difficult to move around in cave systems like this with webs on the roof, because you're always having to watch out for those spider webs. Like that. I guess I'm gonna go this way now. Six. You know what? No, I'm focusing too much on the wrong stuff. Chroma. Let me go ahead and pop these spare ones up there. No, you don't. How many of these am I going to have to break? I notice I seemingly have better luck at finding chroma in certain caves compared to others. So I wonder if there's a specific type of cave that's optimal for chroma growth. Hello, Xbox Gamer 191. Yeah, there's not very many people here. At least at the moment. I'll take all this. More copper is always good. What is that thing holding? Darn it. He got away. Well, this is unfortunate. Okay. I am out. Huh. probably keep the sand. Because I could use the sand to make glass. I'll toss out the bowl, though. I don't need the bowl. Oh, this is a big... That's the one that was right there. Okay. No, there's still chroma here. I just need to find it. Wonder if I was to do this, sort, and then there. That gave me 2 extra slots. Not really that much, but you can pass out free space. Incorrect color goes in the pile. It's never correct. It's 2 things it never is. It is never chroma. I mean, it's 2 things it never is. It is never prismatic chroma. And it is never lupus. Anyways. Bread. And cake. I am going to consume the cake. You know, I don't really think the 5-second rule applies to Minecraft. Anyways, the cake has been consumed. I think someone's been here. That block formation did not look natural. Like they intentionally crossed over the lava. Leads me to believe someone has been over here before. Who? I can only guess. I can smell bone? What does it become? Bone meal? Ah. It did. I don't have a need for bone meal though, but... Eh. I'll take it. More importantly, though, I can take this, put it over there. Emerald. I can use the emerald. The emerald is always useful. Hello, not a squid 230, and Bentley. Lol. That's how you pronounce your name. Here's Euro. No prismatic chroma. Garbage. Is there any chroma in this cave? There has to be. Yes, there. At least one piece. And it's not prismatic. It's like trying to perform a Sisyphean task. No matter how much I try, no results ever come of it. Am I ever going to get prismatic chroma? Guess it's not up for me to decide. This is agony. I have been here before. Made a wrong turn. Yes, I was just here. How could I not notice a similarity and decide that the correct thing to do is jump down the area I already went? How can I be so clueless? Then again, I've been clueless about a lot of stuff. And I mean a lot of stuff. I am no stranger to being flirted with and then not understanding what they meant. And going years without realizing. Well, but sure is taking a while to go away. All that for the wrong chroma. Oh boy. Oh. I thought something bad was gonna happen. Yeah, B and them have their own Discord. There is a Discord for the server, but they have their own specific Discord. That is, they do all their voice or like their calls and all that stuff. Pretty sure at one point those two were dating. You know, I should probably go ahead and make a chroma catalyst, because this is starting to get very annoying. Huh. There. Let me check my gem field guide. Alright. There we go. Got those. Okay, 4 glowstone, 1 pumpkin, dirt, chroma. Bucket. Need a bucket. Bucket. Dirt. Pumpkin. Uh, glowstone dust. Now that I think about it, I should be making multiple of these. I have the chroma. I'll use this. This is my most common chroma. I should at least make one of these first. There we go. Now let's see if this works. How did it say to do it again? Back. No, this one. Do a stone block. Used to plant a chroma cluster. Ah. Here we go. While that's going, I am going to be right back. Oh, I was muted. I did not realize I was muted this entire time. Sorry about that. By the way, Nuggy, are you watching the live stream? Type yes or no in the chat if you are. Okay, Nuggy did not type, so I don't know if they're watching live stream or not. Which means asking this question is going to mean I'm going to have to type. Sure is a lot of lava. Oh, that was netherite. Whoops. That should lower it there. Yep. Ow. If I die now, that is going to be stupid. Very, very stupid. Anyways, here we go. Block that off. Block this off. Now it starts draining. Yes, I know, it is turned 90 degrees. You're watching the short stream. Trying to see if I can somehow block the lava off. Yeah, exactly, that would be a problem, Nuggy. I have a plan. There. I'll try not to die. Wait a second, what am I doing? Sand. Let gravity do its work. Alright, this block is No longer surrounded. Take that ancient debris. Now I just gotta... get that one. Frustrating. Alright. Now that one flows directly inwards. Alright, this one is clear. Here we go. We have obtained the netherite. Hello, Hope Morgan 4045. This would be a lot easier if I focused on Botania. Of course. Oh, they want my shoes. That's not fun. Hello, Lifter Johnson. Yeah, that one's gotten really popular for some reason. I feel like all my other content's being overshadowed by the Hatspin Hotel videos. But at least those videos got me to where I am now. Anyways, what am I doing? So I got 2 of those now. Where's my Lexica Botanica? What, or whatever the book is called. On that one, no. Right on time. As always. Here it is. Basics. Mystical flowers. $16. And what do I do with these? Mystical petals. Petals come dye. Dye becomes floral fertilizer. Or shimmering mushrooms. Taller variants. Petal block. Black Lotus. Mana pool. Mystical items. Overgrowth seed. So, if I were to take this thing and let's say right here. Huh. Okay, that was Hello, Jackson Benedetto. And Fady King, I really don't want to play Roblox. Anyways, how do I make this mana thing? Mana... Pool. Shimmer Rock. Mana Pool. Living Rock. Pure Daisy. Petal Apothecary. Petal Apothecary. Huh. Okay. Let me go find one of these weird flowers. I have located one of these weird flowers. Oh, it's easy. Okay, let's get to crafting. Whoops. Okay, so that was not what I intended to do. Let me, put these chroma back into my inventory over here, and then I am going to... Easy. That was simple. Apothecary created. Yep. So anyways, now that I have this, I am going to read the thing. By the way, I do not want any assistance. This is my personal thing, and that just ruins content. Okay, so now Pure Daisy. How do I get a Pure Daisy? Seeds of any kind. 4 white plants. Water bucket. Alright, while I'm at it, I still have these in my inventory, and I really need to do something about that. There. Who put venom in my smeltery? How do I even get it out of there? What do I even do with venom? You know what? Can you please stop putting solium in my smeltery? I'm tired of having to funnel it out. Honestly, I'm not sure, because there's, of course, you, but then there's also Quaid, Shads, there's Melissa Toner, who appears. Then there's Issa. Issa's probably one of the really big ones. So yeah, there are multiple people. Anyways. That should be enough to repair the Elytra. If not all the way, at least repair it a little. Okay, repaired it all the way, we're good. Whoops. Oh, I have the spare. Those have never broke. I don't need to worry about replacing the legs, at least. Honestly, though, I need a... I'd rather... I'm not going to fuse these together. Or the chest plate and the Elytra. No, I do not have any other Realm servers. And Java doesn't use Realms anyways. But yeah, I am not paying for Realms. In fact, I don't really have the money to afford to pay for a server in the first place. The only reason I have this is because I'm a partner with Bisect Hosting. And they gave me a free server, so... I am getting sidetracked again. So, anyways. I could always ask GGNuggy for some of their prismatic chroma. But I feel like that would ruin the fun of trying to look for it myself. And I know I had some prismatic chroma underneath my base. Maybe if I head back and... I mean, not prismatic chroma, but regular chroma. Maybe if I go back and look for it, I should be able to potentially find it. I don't know what that is, but I'll take it. Alright. Yeah, there is a lot of mods. But to be honest, that's not really a bad thing. It just means more content. No, not the right one. B has returned. It's not prismatic. Yes, I am the owner of the server. Wonder what they're doing with all that. Anyways, getting distracted. So I guess I'm going to, as they said, get all of the stuff. Boom. Ba-dum, boom. Ba-dum, boom. Boom. Dum, dum, da-dum, dum, dum, dum. Dum, 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 dum. I think I've heard of that mod before, but I'm not sure. There was a mod I was planning on adding. Hold on, actually, I do want to test something. Alright, so give me one moment. I want to create a variation of the Minecraft server. Or, not the Minecraft server, let me close this. Now let me take this and... I'm gonna add this to the server and... you're gonna try to run it. I'm going to go to a single player world and see how it works. If it works, I'm going to add it to the mod pack. Also, there is no action and stuff for the instance of the mod this is, or Java this is. Wait a second. That's not right. Heh. What are they doing at my base? Okay, so... All right. So, do a barrel roll. Do a barrel roll works. Uh, so the mod you said, the action and stuff mod, does not exist on 1.21 Java Edition. So it'll take some time to get used to. I think I'm starting to get the hang of it. Ow. Let me turn off all of the... Oh. Okay, so the keybinds I intentionally put are unset now. B, are you there? Hello? B. Your flying is pathetic. Watch me.
I think it doesn't even work most of the time. Oh, now it's working.
There it goes.
Yes.
Ah,
No.
so
Please didn't.
I did. Apparently, it is
Standard in
client-sided.
Monster Server. Think do a barrel roll?
It's client-sided. Only I can do it. Yeah, I figured it out.
Yeah, cool. Automating gnomes.
Alright, so here's my plan.
We're gonna cover epic spacing for gnomes. When I mean cover, encase it.
Uh,
What?
yes, I know the stream is sideways on mobile. You're watching a short stream. If you check my channel, you can see the standard version of the stream. I have it sideways because if I was to put it normal ways, it would be squashed and like it would either have to be forcefully stretched a certain way with black boxes on either side or it'll be cut off. So I have to have it sideways so people can see the entire screen.
No.
I think I got it figured out, though. Ow. See, if you watch the standard stream, there's a lot less delay on it, and it's normal ways. So, if you want to watch that stream, it might be better for you. It's just I have the shorts version, that way people scrolling shorts can at least see my content. But let me show you what I mean. So, let's say I want to make it normal ways. So, if I was to change the capture to, let's say, like this. Now look, a lot is cut off. Here's your only options. You can either format it down like this, which would leave a lot of dead space. Or you could resize it to fit this thing. But if you do that, now you're missing a lot of content on the sides. Yes, I do Roblox live from time to time. So, what I'm doing is by having it like, hold on. So what I'm doing is by having this like this, it allows me to properly have the video there so everyone can see it fully without it being cut off. Alright. There we go. I mean, you know what my Roblox name is, right? It's, if you just type Excalibur, if you see the girl one with the overseer outfit, that'll be the right one. Why are you going through my nether portal? I'm trying to get the hang of this. Oh yeah, you said it before. Let me... Yeah, I might as well end the stream anyways. I'll work on some stuff in the server. Let me do that. I'll find your